Hey everyone, this is Josh, and this is going to be my very first reaction video. And I'm reacting to a video of a channel that I'm subscribed to. This woman named Pardes Selah. Now, this is a woman who's America's favorite parties girl. This is the woman who knows how to parties. This is the woman who throws the best birthday parties. This is the woman who can parties all night long. You know what I'm saying? Miss Pardes Selah. But no, seriously, Pardes has a great channel. You guys should check her out. But she made a video today about Kanye West. And I've never done a reaction video before, but I'm going to react to some of the things that Pardes says in her video about Kanye West today. And I'm going to link Pardes' original video down below, so I suggest you watch it before you watch this video. And I also suggest you sub to her channel, which is, I'll explain why at the end of the video. She's great. But anyway, so there's a lot of people out there trashing Kanye West right now. Now, I'm generally neither here nor there on Kanye. He's got a couple good songs. I know he does some stuff to get into the media sometimes, but I don't pay him a whole lot of attention. But because Kanye is buying Parler and he's doing some other stuff in the media again, people are, again, throwing the mentally ill thing at him. And what Pardes is doing is Pardes is actually defending Kanye. Now, Pardes is saying, listen, Kanye is not mentally ill. And I don't agree with Pardes at all on that. I think Kanye is at least partially mentally ill. But I also think Pardes makes some very good points. So let's go through them. Okay, so the first point is that Pardes makes is that Kanye doesn't talk to walls. He's not the guy who thinks he got abducted by space aliens once and now they planted a chip in his brain or anything like that. So why are they calling him mentally ill? And Pardes is right about that. Because when you call somebody mentally ill, you're kind of lumping them in with people who are completely out of touch with reality, and that's not who Kanye West is. You know what I'm saying? So Pardes is absolutely right on this. The next point Pardes makes is that Kanye gets continuously called mentally ill for the simple fact that he expresses all his thoughts. And she goes on to opine how everybody has like thoughts that if they expressed all their thoughts, they would be probably labeled as mentally ill too, because a lot of the thoughts that go on in our head go against the social order. And I completely agree with Pardes here again. People who tend to be their truest selves and just not care what other people think, people who believe that they have like a certain mission, that the people that believe that the best thing they can do for society is to be their true selves and say what they really think every time they're in public, those people are susceptible to being labeled mentally ill when it really isn't fair to them and it really doesn't encompass them. People use the term mental illness as a weapon against people that disagree with them on a political issue or have a different thought about anything or just have thoughts that most people don't have. And that's kind of what Kanye is a victim of here. So Pardes is absolutely right. You know, we all have thoughts that we'd be judged for if we poked fun at, laughed at, if we said them out in the real world. So calling people mentally ill is absolutely a scapegoat in a lot of situations, not just with Kanye, but with anybody. I mean, go to the average college campus today and try to tell them that you believe men are men and women are women and there's only two genders. They're going to slap you with that mentally ill label. And the reason they're going to do that is because they're vindictive and they're trying to sort of destroy your reputation as much as they can and just trying to sort of make things hard for you to fit in socially and so on and so forth. So now people never used to do this, but these days people do that. They use the term mentally ill to basically try to put someone else down or try to cause trouble in another person's life. Now, the next point Pardes makes is something I also very much agree with. Most of us couldn't handle Kanye's life. First of all, Kanye works way harder than most people. That's why he's where he is. That's why he's a multimillionaire. And So none of us, not too many of us, can really hold a candle to him in as far as how to deal with stress and how to deal with constantly working all the time and how to deal with things going wrong in your personal life. All on top of that, Kanye just went through a recent divorce and everything, and plus he's balancing his career, which is essentially a 24/7 job. Parties very, very wisely pointed this out. So, yeah, I agree with Parties again on this one. In my opinion, we need more people in the world. This is me. This isn't Parties speaking. This is me. We need more people like Kanye West in the world, not less. So what if he's weird? He's a real person. If everybody was a real person, everybody would find their people and live peacefully, and there would be like less violence and problems and drama in the world. If we would just be ourselves and let everybody else be themselves. But people are always looking for a reason to look down on others, and people are always like sheep just following whatever the crowd or whatever society says, and those two things aren't a good mix. And this is why real people like Kanye West have such a hard time in society. Now, the next point Parties makes is that if you want to see somebody really mentally ill, look at astronauts. Astronauts go into space where there's no air to breathe, and they stay out there for months at a time, not knowing if their ship will blow up or malfunction or what, right? I don't quite agree with Parties on this, but I see where she's going, so I'm going to make my own analogy. You know who's mentally ill? The people who dream up weapons of war. That's who's mentally ill. Think about like nuclear weapons, right? How is it that we even have nuclear weapons in the world? Someone's sick mind. We have nuclear weapons in the world because somebody's sick brain had to dream up the idea of a bomb that could blow up an entire country with one blast, and B, spend a lifetime developing that technology to create such a bomb. What kind of sick human being dedicates their whole life to creating weapons that can that wipe out the planet, right? But we honor these people. These are like military specialists and stuff. But these people have sick brains. Think about it. Would you sit there and dream up a weapon? Would you even spend any time even dreaming up a concept for a weapon that could, wipe out an entire city or a country? Much less would you spend your whole life, make it your life's mission to develop such a weapon? I mean, you've got to have a pretty twisted brain and a pretty twisted personality. There's got to be something wrong inside you to even want to go that route. So Kanye West ain't mentally ill, all right? People who design weapons of war are mentally ill. People who look for reasons to get into wars are mentally ill. I mean, we could go on and on with who's really truly mentally ill. Kanye West ain't it. So Parties is absolutely right about that. I agree with her again. Now, the final point Parties makes is that we can call a lot of people in religions mentally ill, especially the people who originally started religions, some of these religions. And I agree with that. I'm not going to speak too much on it because this is YouTube and they'll censor you, but there's a lot of religions out there that were started by some very, very sick people. Very mentally ill people. Kanye West doesn't fit this mold. So the bottom line is, for the most part, I'm rocking with Kanye here, and for the most part, I'm rocking with Parties here. I had a couple of little disagreements with her in her video here. But Parties did a good job explaining her thoughts, and she's right about most of what she says. And, Kanye, whether you like him, whether you don't like him, he's a real person, and we need more real people like that in this world. Which reminds me, Parties is a real person too. So when you're done watching this video, go and give her a sub. I watch Parties videos almost every time I see that she's released a new video. I don't always agree with her. Matter of fact, I half and half with her. Half the stuff she says I disagree with, but half the stuff she says I agree with. But I always enjoy listening to her because she's always Her thoughts on things are always so well thought out. And the thing about Pardes is, just like Kanye, Pardes is a very real person. There is not a fake bone in her body. And I respect the hell out of her for that. But she's got a great channel over there. And if you listen to her thoughts, you can always get something good. Whether you agree with her or whether you disagree with her, you can always get something good to sort of take with you and sort of chew on mentally after watching one of her videos. So she's just got a great channel. Like I said, I'm going to link the original video that I'm reacting to down below. That's one of Pardes' videos. But after watching that video, give her a sub. She's one of the best things on YouTube. We need more people on YouTube like her. And that's it. Okay, so that's the end of it. My Cash App is linked down below. Please show your love. I will talk to you guys soon.